I demonstrated to you black opposition, a white opposition with the ruling party combined. I'm in charge. And I want that to say.
Oh yes, he's a leader of South Africa now. If people, the population of the country listen to you, it means you are a leader. It's not only when you sit on the seat that you are a leader. So I'm so happy for him being a leader. And I wish that one day he or Ericana will be a leader of Africa. You know, we need strong leaders who can speak their mind and not afraid of the consequences. If it is a right thing to do, then why not? By the way, you are welcome to True Mambi. I appreciate you coming. My returning subscribers, you are very welcome. The new subscribers and the visitors, you are all welcome. Let's listen to the rest of the video.
You cannot bring nonsense to me, and I want me to accept it. The youth of Africa, it finds itself in this position because they've tolerated nonsense for a very long time, especially from the so-called elders who are ruling them in an autocratic manner, in a manner that they've tolerated that nonsense for a very long time. So the youth must not take nonsense from anyone.
Anyone who tells you that things are going smoothly between China and Africa, well, they're just lying. So if you want to know how African people feel about China, well, how about you ask an African who has a lot of experience living in China? How about you ask me? I am African, I am South African, and I've seen how China operates in Africa. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. And I'm going to tell you why, yes, on the political level, you'll always see the presidents and the governments around Africa and China playing nice and pretending everything is okay and patting each other on the back. But in reality, Africa and China don't get along.
Well. The youth of Africa are rising. Well, they are listening. You see, that's why he said he's the leader now. The youth are listening to people like him, Dr. Ericana, and the rest, all the great leaders of Africa. And I can see a new Africa coming. It may take a long time, but it will come. If this type of leaders take over, I think Africans will be in Africa where we belong. So listen to the rest. Thank you very much for watching.
Deputy President of the EFF and the leadership of the EFF, the people of South Africa, let me greet all those who agree that indeed our democracy to work, we need to hold the executive accountable. People of South Africa, let me begin by extending our deepest gratitude for the massive support shown for the national shutdown, which was held on the 20th of March 2023. The 20th of March marked one of the greatest national demonstrations post-1994, wherein thousands of our people registered their dissatisfaction of load shedding, unemployment, high levels of crime, gender-based violence, and lack of service delivery. Many of you affirmed the authority of the EFF to be superior to that of the President of South Africa and his entire cabinet combined by partaking in the shutdown because you cannot trust anything he and his government says. A majority of business remained closed, taxi ranks and buses were empty, no trains or trucks were moving on the day, and even load shedding was suspended due to low level of electricity demand, proving that major industries that uses electricity were not operational. The success and moral correctness of the national shutdown is proven by the fact that no one, not the state or the media, was able to dispute the logic for the national shutdown, and they all chose to attempt to divert and dilute its message by creating a myth of anarchy and destruction. We salute you for your support, and we salute you, all protesters, for their discipline and commitment to peaceful protest. We remain resolute on our demand for Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa to resign as the President of South Africa, and our people want reliable supply of electricity for their businesses, livelihoods, and for the economy to survive. The economic freedom fighters proved once more who is in charge in this country. When you said to business, is business as usual, open your shops, I said close. They closed. I'm in charge. I've got you by scrotum. There's nothing you can do, nothing. All of you combined. You can scream anyhow you want. Once more, I demonstrated to you black opposition, a white opposition with the ruling party combined. I'm in charge. And I want that to sink. You will tweet every day. You will call press conference every day. You will bring soldiers and police, because the man in charge said shut down South Africa, and it was shut down. Whether you like it or not, in your cocoons, you are admitting that when the president speaks, that is a motion of no confidence, by the way. When the president speaks and say, open, I will protect you, they say we can't trust you. They closed. Even this one of the dogs ran around everywhere saying, open, open, I'll protect you, but you never protect us any day. Why would you protect us today? They never listened to him. They closed. This ones ran to court and said, no, don't close, we have got an order, imaginary order. Cape Town, there won't be anything, don't close, we're in charge here. Cape Town is ours, Cape Town is white. They can't do anything in the white area. They said to them, the business of Cape Town, we can't trust you. They closed because they knew who to trust. The economic freedom fighters have stapled a motion of no confidence against the Speaker of the National Assembly, Ms. Nosiviwe Mapisa Ngakula. We did this because it has become clear that we are dealing with an unrepentant delinquent who abuses her power and violates the rule of the National Assembly and the Constitution. What we saw on the 9th of February 2023, when the Speaker called members of this House animals and violated the Constitution and the rules of the National Assembly, when she allowed the police to invade Parliament and made it worse by calling on the security forces of South Africa to enter the chambers to intimidate peaceful members of Parliament, is not something that we can take light.
Well done to Julius, well done to him. He's a great man. I've been following him for a very long time. Well done to him. He will one day become the president of South Africa, and things will change big time. If you watch him and you follow him, what he's doing, the steps that he's taking, I'm sure Africa will be great if we have leaders like him. The youth are rising. I showed Kenya before what they did to the Chinese people. I heard they opened that shop again. Maybe they had a deal, but it's a testimony to what the youth can do when they come together. Listen to Dr. Erica as well. They are listening to all these great men and women, and that's why things are changing. Please listen to Dr. Erica. Thank you.
IMF, World Bank, all other institutions, they make African countries jump through hoops. Loans will never be able to pay. The US, when they borrow money, they're getting it in 1.5, 1.9 interest rate. Africans, when they get the same amount of money, they're paying 9, 10%. The people who don't need a break, they get a break. The ones who need a break, they don't get a break. The sheer survival of the World Bank, IMF, is based on the fact that African countries and many other developing countries do not succeed. Their success is based on our failure. The minimum, the multinationals who are stealing from Africa every day in broad daylight. I use an example of the DRC. If you ever fly very low over the DRC, you'll see tarmacs in the jungle. You'll see 747s flying into DRC, picking up minerals and flying right out. The same multinationals are responsible for arming young people and giving them MK-16s. Because why? Their satellites in the skies are telling them where that village is. There are lots of diamonds. So what do? Arm young people, drag them up, and send them to go chop off a few heads. The rest of the village runs away, so they come behind and do their illegal mining. We black people must understand what is really going on. Because what we are shown instead is, oh, look at those Africans killing each other. There are some serious games that have been played in Africa for far too long. And once we understand that, we can strategize.
Power to the people, power to my Kenyan people. I was really happy, and I'm still happy. And South Africa, Julius, that it has taken over. I wish you all the best, and I wish you long life, and I wish you, I wish your dream will come true to be a leader of South Africa, so the African Union will continue. Thank you very much for listening. So like politically.